As a gallerist, you definitely have to reinvent yourself and make sure that you're part of this new evolution of what a gallery is supposed to be. The art has to evolve outside of the walls, because everybody's seeing a lot of photography and images, and how do you make something that is captivating and interesting? That's a fine line right now with contemporary art. What is real art and what is bullshit?
What is Snap?
Multi-venue kaleidoscope of photography.
Local, national, and international artists.
Bold and often cutting-edge interactive art.
Technology-driven art.
Orlando's cultural hidden gem.
Orlando, for the first time, will become a mecca for international photography.
Snap Orlando was founded by Patrick and Holly Kahn nearly 10 years
Best
ago.
arts promoters.
The hallmark of the new Orlando.
Challenge perceptions of what art
Snap
can be.
Orlando elevated the city.
Makes us fall in love with photography again.
Giving Art Basel a run for its money.
We're gonna probably not have just a linear thing. There's gonna be a lot of stacking. And here, a really nice quote of Douglas Kirkland talking about his night with Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah,
Just something,
that's a good idea, yeah.
you know, something that has like...
Yeah.
When we moved to Orlando, we wanted this to eventually become the place where we really wanted to stay. I mean, it was home for family, but it wasn't home for going to the museums and going to see the galleries. And I think that's where we felt the need to kind of like bring something new here. And so I went to the city and I said, let's do a big photography festival. And I'm able to bring some very high caliber names. Everybody was really excited. There was a real hunger for something like this to happen. Until the day of the festival, it was kind of all like, we can do it, I promise.
We did.
And we did.
Some of the old
Oh, cool. Those are like
early festivals.
the warehouses. This was an empty warehouse, and every year we were transformed into a massive art gallery. We had to install the lights, we had to install the air condition. It was massively attended.
This is a great memory.
This was after everything was said and done. It was kind of like still standing with our t-shirts. Was this our very, very first one?
You know what? This is Douglas Kirkland. That's 2010.
Or is this...
This is at Church Street Station.
That was really cool. This is a nice memory. It might be framed.
Here, Patrick.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just take the prints, and then I'll bring them to St. Flags for framing. 10 years ago, we brought Douglas Kirkland, who was our first big name. And I think through bringing this photographer who is a legend, who photographed Marilyn Monroe, everybody was like, oh my God, we're gonna have Douglas Kirkland in town. This is amazing. Nobody knew who Douglas Kirkland was. But then when he left, everybody knew who Douglas Kirkland was. And that's basically what the festival was all about. We're bringing this new world to Orlando, and then they fall in love with it. Artist proof,
Yes, 7.
number 7.
It's the last one. So for sure, this is the piece that anchors the whole show.
Yep.
This will be the
This
front
will be in the
wall.
front wall, for sure. It's almost like the Mona Lisa of Marilyn Monroe, you know, that's really intriguing.
In doing these festivals, we would find that every time we would pop up a new event, as soon as we would close up and go away, people would forget what Snap was. We thought, if we're really going to make an impact, we need brick and mortar. And that's when we opened Snap Space. Our goal really was just to open the doors and have everyone come and find something that they can take away. We wanted you to find your space, to walk in and feel welcome.
The artists themselves, most of the time, are so involved with their art, they usually have a hard time putting it out to the world. And that's where the gallery comes in. So this is Snap Downtown. Right now we have the Florida Showcase, which is kind of like the best of representation of Florida artists and photographers. We do have 3 spaces in this building. Altogether, between the 3 galleries, we have 44 artists. Their work's right here. Make sure that it looks straight. We're moving in the right direction where we always want to be a little bit ahead of the curve. You know, that could be an amazing gallery, actually. That's a beautiful gallery space. I need to look into it. I need to look into it. Whatever we do is never enough in our mind. We do a great exhibition, we love it, we're happy. Okay, how are we gonna do better next time? What's the next thing that we're going to do? We introduced something completely new, something that has never been done in Orlando. We took the Crest building and we created this teaser to our main event, and it became kind of almost like the main event by itself. The first time it was projected on the building, we were part of the audience. It's like, wow, this is actually really amazing.
In that moment of the projection mapping, we could actually stand back and to see that awe and that wonderment. And I thought, wow, they get it.
And then we had a second opportunity to do something really cool with Urban Safari, which is creative animals projecting on different buildings across the city.
A lot of press came from this, and it brought a perspective to the city that others hadn't yet seen.
And what I love is that it was to give Orlando kind of like a platform to be recognized as a viable city for the arts.
I think we bring the art to the people, and I think that these outdoor projects open up people to seeing art in different ways.
And I think also it's creating an art piece that may not stay there forever, but will be in people's memory. And now we are doing City Unseen, which is an augmented reality public installation that's throughout Orlando. So this is the City Unseen project. We have art installations that are in augmented reality throughout the city. So basically when you open the app, you go to the plaque and you scan it like that. Then you go up and then you see your installation. It's fully animated, it's 3D, and it is a rendering of the mural that used to be here. So now we have it forever in augmented reality. The concept was, let's do an outside museum where the pieces are permanent, it's all virtual. All you need is your phone. There's no other city in America yet creating a citywide public art augmented reality museum. At any moment, the people can come and experience it. And that's why we think this has like a really good potential. You know, when we celebrate 10 years this year, we thought it was like an incredible opportunity to bring the person who put his trust in us 10 years ago and bring him back. So Douglas Kirkland, it's about 50 years worth of photography, a retrospective of his work. We are in our 10th year, and we're starting to get, very established support, but it's still like taking more time to get to where we want to be.
And the perception is that there's this enormous team working at Snap, and a lot of people have their hands on, and day in and day out is the two of us. I think a big hardship for us is the outside perception is that everything is done really well. There's a fine line between, okay, well, do we need to not produce well in order to get the attention? Do we need to look like we're struggling in order to get the support? And to produce this much work at this level, we're either going to do it and do it well, or we're not going to do it at all.
The business aspect sometimes makes you think, okay, we need to compromise a little bit. And we are just not compromising. That's like our priority. It's like there's no compromising. We cut ourselves short sometimes in business just for the sake of keeping where we produce things. It has to feel right from every angle of the room. So it's not just like a curation of one wall. The whole room has to be cohesive. And we just go with our gut feeling. What makes us stop? That's when we say, here's something that we need to pay attention to. When we look around, there's always a few details. This is not right, let's just move this, or let's just do this. Until it feels right, that's when we know perfection. What we try to create here is an atmosphere where you are completely engulfed into this experience.
Immediately you walk through the doors and it's inviting. It's not pretentious. Everyone is welcome and everybody finds their place. There's a beautiful ambiance.
And of course, to top it all, you have the artist who is coming here for the experience, We want people to feel like this was the event of the night. Not just a gallery opening and not just holding the glass of wine and interacting amongst themselves. We feel the engagement here.
By the time everyone walks out, they've gone back on a moment in time, relate one of the images to a period in their own life, that experience would stay with them. Snap is not really a space. We're not really defined by the walls. We'll continue to bring all that we've created wherever we go.
I think that 10 years later, right now, we're really proud to be in Orlando because the whole art community is thriving, and we're very proud and very happy to have been part of it.
We always want to reinvent, we always want to reinvigorate. Are we ready to step out and say we're willing to take a risk? And which audience are we trying to reach?
We just know that right now is a turning point, and this is the time when we need to go to that next level. The space itself is not the limitation.
We want to have the flexibility to continue to be us.